Hi, my name is Brandon, and I'm an alcoholic and addict in recovery. And today I want to talk about keeping it simple, especially in our recovery. So, alcoholics and addicts, we've got a tendency to overcomplicate things. Most of us have a tendency to make things either more complicated or more difficult than they actually are. And that burdens us down and actually prevents us from doing those things in the first place. I'll give you a great example. I recently really decided I wanted to get back into a regular exercise routine. And at first, I went back to the kinds of exercise that I used to do, 10 years ago or so, before I had a child, before some other things happened in life, where I would kind of sit down on a Sunday and map out, okay, here's how I'm going to do the week. I'm going to do cardio on Monday, and then I'm going to do weights on Tuesday, and then Wednesday is going to be high intensity, and Thursday is going to be a rest day, and then I'll swim on Friday. And I would map that stuff out, and I'd do it, and I'd feel like I got this really well-rounded physical workout that week. And it was very great for that period of time. But these days I started trying to do that recently again and found it very difficult. I would start to map out the things I wanted to do, and then I might make it a couple of days and then would just totally lose steam. So I decided to back off of it and keep it simple. And I said, "What are you enjoying in exercise right now?" And the answer was weirdly enough for me, because I usually hate this type of exercise, but jogging and walking. But it really is something I've been enjoying recently. So I said to myself, okay, I'm just going to focus on this for now. I know that it's not as well rounded as I'd like to be eventually, but the most important thing now is getting daily exercise. So I'm going to focus on that and then see what happens. So sure enough, I focused on just getting a jog in every day. And I've been doing that for about a month and a half. Lost a little over 10 pounds doing that. And so I'm seeing some results. My times are, my average mile times are decreasing, and it feels great. But I had to bring myself down to reality and keep things simple in order to get a sustainable change in my life. And it's often the same with recovery. We have a tendency to want everything to change at once, and sometimes we can't always do that. And we have to remember this on the daily basis too. It's about consistency. So with my jogging, it's about consistency. And because of that, I need to pick something that I can do in a reasonable amount of time each day. And sometimes, that's going to be just a 15 to 20-minute jog. And I got to be okay with that. It's the same thing with recovery. Most of my mornings, I spend about an hour doing recovery stuff. I'll read, I'll do this video, I'll do prayer, I'll do meditation. I didn't have that luxury this morning. And so the first thing that I did when I got up after getting a cup of coffee was I came and sat and prayed and meditated. Took a few minutes to do that. And then I started doing the work that I've got this task that my boss wanted me to get done by very early this morning. So I started right in on that. I didn't do any reading for recovery. I didn't do this video. I saved that for later because I had to say, look, I had to be flexible a little bit and say, I'm going to start my day with something recovery based, with prayer, with meditation. But then I'm going to pivot and get into what my boss needs me to do. I'll do the video later, and maybe if I'm super busy, I won't do a lot of reading this morning just because I got to be flexible. I got to keep it simple. And, that's why for me, it's been really important to adapt things in my recovery life that I can do on the regular, that I can do every single day without having a super big impact on the time that I have for other things in life. And to put it in perspective, one of the things that a lot of people talk to me about when I was first getting into recovery was going to an AA meeting every single day. And it was hard for me to imagine doing that, because I could not figure out how I was going to work an hour into every single day to leave my house, go to a meeting, and do that and still maintain the schedule with my family I'm expected to maintain, the schedule with my work that I'm expected to maintain. I couldn't figure out how to do that. And that doesn't mean that other people can't. It's just that I couldn't figure out how to do it for myself. And I trusted all of these folks that were telling me it was important to be consistent. And so I had to find other ways to do that. And that's why I adapted the idea of, okay, every morning I'm going to get up and do this kind of video, because it's not the same as an AA meeting. It's not the same as a recovery meeting or fellowship with other people, but it is something that I can do every day on a consistent basis. And it allows me to keep things simple so that I can keep it going. And I think that's become a really important concept for me. Keep it simple so you can keep it going. Don't worry if you're doing everything that everybody else does. Try not to compare yourself to everybody else. Look at what you can do in your own life to keep your practice and your recovery simple and consistent on a day-to-day basis. That's how you keep it in your life. I know some people who were gung-ho about AA meetings every single day, and they would tell me, you're in trouble if you can't make that happen. You've got problems if you can't make that happen. And some of those people are no longer on the path of recovery. Some of those people have gone back to using, and because they burned out, because they overcomplicated things. And so, again, I'm not trying to prescribe anything for anybody or say that, meetings every day are good or a bad thing. You have to figure that out for yourself. And for some people, that is the simple way. Going to meetings every day is the simple way. That is keeping it simple. And those people should keep doing it. But we all have to find that for ourselves. And I wanted to I'd be really interested to hear what anybody has to say about this, because I wanted to talk about it today because I was shown through some things that happened this morning how important it was for me to keep it simple. And because I kept it simple, I was able to keep calm this morning, which was kind of weird because it was a little bit of a stressful morning. And there were even some times where I was like, damn, you're kind of handling this okay. I was able to keep calm this morning because I wasn't overcomplicating things. So anyway, that's what I've got for today. I hope y'all have a great day. I hope you keep it simple, but keep it consistent. Keep it going. That for me has been a key to success long term and so far in recovery. Have a good one. I'll see you back here with more tomorrow.